Hey, what's going on, man? It's your boy Bungie Etuk. Just checking in. I know it's been a minute. Wanting to do another Teacup with Etuk with y'all. Quite a few things have changed since we last engaged with each other, man. I'm officially in my own apartment after so many years. This is my first apartment on my own in quite a few years. After getting in and out of a relationship for the last 8 years, you know what I'm saying? Coexisting with somebody under the same roof, all the beefing, the tension, you know what I'm saying? The shit really take a toll on you, like after so long. So I guess you can consider them growing pains to what I've experienced I've officially been in my apartment a month. So just learning how to exist on my own and learning how to actually find out who I am as an individual, because for the last 8 years, I've invested all of my time and all of my finances into somebody I saw to be a star, you know? And I never made time to find out what I liked hobby-wise or, you know, my individual interest or what it is that gets me going, you know? And it's been pretty fun. Like, even the smallest of things, just going to the skating ring, taking a nice good walk, going to the gym. I haven't had this much silence or time to sit and think about something in quite some time. Like, genuinely, if I stop speaking now, you won't hear anything. So that was something I had to get used to. And with me moving into my apartment, I lost my dog. I had to put my dog down. And my main drive to get in this apartment, next to escaping the toxicity, was to have somewhere for my dog to lay his head, you know, just like me, somewhere to lay our head and really just be to ourselves, because that's what we did day to day. So, man, like, that shit broke my spirit. Like, putting the dog down, watching your dog take his last breath, that shit broke my spirit. Like, never in my life did I ever think I was gonna be in a scenario where I would see, like, my only friend in the world leave the earth. And it was, I wish I could have done more. I'm still in the state where I feel bad and I beat myself up about it, because initially, had I been more financially responsible, I would have had the money to do what he needed. You know, he was only 6. He would have been 7 just last month. And I knew he would have lived to be, you know, much, much older had I was able to get him over that setback. But I was able to get him cremated. I have his ashes here with me, you know. So with me stepping into this new space, I attempted to look at it in a positive way and say, maybe this is God telling me you have to learn how to be alone as a man. This is your time to really just ground yourself. And you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, it's never a good thing to see your dog physically and literally leave the earth. But at the same time, I was very codependent on the relationship with my dog. I never really found it important to build a social life for as long as I had my dog alongside me, so I don't really have any friends. But theoretically, it won't be the reality for much longer. I just had the drive to make this video because all I really wanted to say was, you really do get over things. And it really is on a random day. You know, like, just being single this last, I've only been in my place for a month, but I've been single for the last few months as things were going downhill, you know, worse and worse before I actually left. And I told myself I would wait until I got into my own space before I even would entertain the idea of conversing with another individual. But even before stepping into that space and just being single for the first time in a long time, kind of acclimating yourself to learning how to converse with people again, learning how to receive compliments again, learning how to respectfully give compliments again, because when you with somebody for so long, you might say some things that may come off a bit raunchy or a bit aggressive to other people, if that makes sense. So it really was a learning experience. I'm learning myself while earning myself, you know. So a nigga really was just like, damn, I feel like a rookie all over again, because a nigga really ain't got no game to spit. Shit, just being me off GP. It worked most of the time, but hey, I done got a few no's. So just really getting back into the dating pool, trying to make friends, trying to really get out there and experiencing all those different personalities, all those different people who are still in the same space that you are working on getting out of, still running into those people who can sense the vulnerability on you, so they're in instances testing you or trying to find you in your vulnerable moments to where they can pull you back into what you know by heart, what you know by routine, toxic shit, you know. I've only been in my place a month. I've already had somebody try to lie their way over here and live with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker needed an ID and wanted to go out of town for his birthday but don't have a damn ID. Talking about some, I'll get you some Wi-Fi if I can get it in my name over here. Nigga, please, so you can have squatters rights, and I said it's given you trying to do the 30-day squatters rights to get something in your name, so legally I would have to evict you. And when I said that to him, he laughed. Nigga, that was the biggest red flag I ever saw in my life. But had this been a year ago, the codependent, desperate, overextending me would have allowed him to stay in my home, and God knows what would have came from it. You heard me? So I thank God I have had the little bit of time, still a long road to go, but obviously there is some form of growth if I was able to stand my ground, set a boundary, respectfully say no, still let them know it's all love. I pray this doesn't alter our relationship, though it did. This person never spoke to me again. So it's just like, just experiencing these little micro, I won't even call it heartbreak, these micro instances of turmoil just by simply trying to get to know folks. It's a different kind of hurt that you experienced in your relationship, but it's still a form of betrayal or a form of disloyalty, you know? So it's just like, just make sure, you know, put a little WD-40 on the gears, become a bit more strict, you know, work on what you need to work on. And hey, I just want everybody out there who still may be in the same instance that I was a year or two ago, like, until your body and your mind has decided you have had absolutely enough and you are not willing to continue in that space, forcing yourself or pretending like you are ready to be done with it, it's only going to elongate that process, you know? All of the fake packing up, all of the, oh, I'm leaving for real this time, all the, you know, like, make sure you genuinely mean that shit, because The more times a person see you going back on your word and moving the goalpost, the less they will respect you. If they see you constantly packing up bags and bringing those same bags back, if they constantly see you getting into it with him or her, whoever you dating, to the point of y'all breaking up, to the point of y'all needing space or somebody kicking the other one out, and they see you don't really have a support system. You don't have anyone's house you can go and crash at if you got put out. They're not going to respect you. They're going to use that to disrespect you even more, actually. You know what I'm saying? So, realistically, it's best you always try to have your own. Now, I know that's coming from a privileged standpoint, but the longer you are willing to share, the longer somebody has a say-so. The longer somebody else has a 2 cents that actually has to matter because y'all are sharing. When you're in your own shit, nothing matters. Nothing that anybody said should apply to anything unless you want it to. Even if it is applicable, you don't have to apply that shit. So, a nigga really just had like the random urge to come and speak. Like, you really do get over this shit on a random day. Do not allow nobody to make you feel like something is permanent. Trouble does not always last. Nothing lasts, not even bad times, not even good times. So, I'm not saying relish in the moment, never relish in abuse. Never, never, never. Create a plan. Always be smart. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody can jump off the porch without a plan and survive. And deep down, everybody knows if they have that drive in them or if they don't. So just be honest with yourself in this moment where you feel like a decision needs to be made. Should I stay or should I go? If you know you need to go, create an exit plan, create a strategy. You know what I'm saying? Don't just try to go cold turkey if you know you don't have that support system. You may need help. You may need, more than somebody has to offer you. And don't go looking for another man or another woman to supply what you are currently missing, because that just gives a second person control over your life or control over what you got going on or trying to have going on. You feel me? At that point, once it's a third set of hands involved, i.e. your hands being the first, your ex being the second, and whoever else you're dealing with being the third, you damn near in a 360 deal. You know what I'm saying? You got more than one person trying to tell you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. So, I'm just only speaking on what a nigga done been through this last few years. It's only been 8 years. Hey, I wish y'all the best, for real, because trauma is mind altering, and that won't be your last relationship unless trauma alters your mind, that deeply. But once you realize how traumatized you are, unfortunately, it will be your responsibility to continue working on yourself throughout the years to get back to yourself. Because it won't be a few days, it won't be a few weeks, it won't be a few months. You genuinely will have to work at this shit every single day. Just because you are isolated from a situation does not mean you have grown. It just means you do not currently have any triggers in your space. So you have to also realize the difference between the two, and once you actually get around a trigger is when the real work begins, So I ain't want to come up here and drop like no 20, 30-minute video like I normally do. I love y'all boys. Just something quick. Love, peace, and hair grease. I'll catch y'all later, man.